Yes, Grenadians. Ha. All you good? Hey. It's funny, but I could understand why people always say we smiling, because there's always something to laugh about. Anyway, on a serious note, right? Well, according to the news, we have some coronavirus activities happening in this country. Okay? And well, currently as it is right now, the curfew start again. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say this for people to get upset or anything, but I think I have to say it. I have to say it. No, okay. No, all you had carnival. I have to say all you. I cannot say we because, to be honest with you, I does not support carnival. Okay, because I feel that carnival is not ours. Okay, that is not our original behavior. That is not part of our culture. That is a culture that was given to us during slavery. As a matter of fact, carnival, um, Christmas, Easter, Valentine's, all those foolishness they gave us, it is based on a slave culture. Seriously. So if you think deeply enough, you'll realize that if you are in full support of carnival as our culture, well, it's just like if you basically decide to remain a slave. As I said before, it's not for you to curse me or anything like that. I'm just stating how I see things. And as a matter of fact, I try to see in which tribe or area in our communities before we came to slavery, we were jumping up with chutney and jab and shit like that. I can't find that. If somebody could find that, then hey, we are in a learning period. We're learning. We constantly learning. Then bring it up, you know. But then don't just give me things what people say out of their head. You understand what I'm saying? Bring the facts and the proof that we used to play jab before slavery and thing. So the point I'm making is this: that anything they taught us in slavery, right, and call it our culture, that is a slave culture. Now, I know most will argue about we knew the Bible in slavery, but that is not true. You see, we had the Bible. Our ancestors wrote the Bible long thousands of years before they took us and bring us into slavery. As a matter of fact, the Bible speak of us, but they took it and they make some discrepancies within it to deceive us and have us worshiping a white idol. Anyway, enough said about that, because we are into the corona business. Now, I can remember before the carnival comes around, people people who may have had certain knowledge, whatever, anyway, government and stuff, said if we could just leave out the carnival for a moment. Yeah, because if we leave out the carnival, it will save us some issues later down the road. Watch, all you must listen when old people talking. Let me tell you, there is an African saying, people, that what the old man see sitting down, the young boy cannot see it even if he climb a tree. But all your head had. Trust me. All your head had. All you still take it upon all yourself. After they tell all you, and all you go and all you jump up and all you whine. Okay, fine. I mean, if all you want to whine 6 feet apart, it was all good, but all you wasn't whining 6 feet apart, All you was all clustered up. Then all you go in parties and all you go in stuff like that. You see, if you all want to stay in this kind of slave kind of mood, as far as I'm concerned, I do believe you still have a responsibility to yourself, because you know that there is this thing going around killing people. You understand? Each and every one of you know. But because you all want to show rebelliousness. I know what is rebelliousness, because we used to rebel. We constantly rebelling, and we have to be rebelling against the system. But we have to do it not endangering our lives like that. No, I'm telling you, we're not supposed to be doing this thing. But anyway, if you all had done this thing in a controlled manner, you know, taking into consideration that you should stay 6 feet apart for real. Listen to me carefully. Everybody have on their mask, playing their mask. You take some serious precautions, then it would have been, it may not have turned out to be like how it turned out right now. I am not saying that carnival is what bring the coronavirus. I will be foolish to say that. But then, in the clustering up and everything like that, could cause a spread, and we have to admit it. And it don't make sense trying to defend that, because that will be just stupid. Okay? Now that it happened, we have a few people, not a few, according to our numbers, a lot, as far as I'm concerned. Anything over 20 and things like that to me is a lot, because Grenada is small. We're hearing about people, like 500,000 people dying in one country. We have 5,000 people yet? If 5,000 people die in Grenada, they ain't even saying Grenada again. All the trees, all the grass dying. You understand? We have to be careful. The point I'm making, we have a responsibility to ourselves. Because especially, as a matter of fact, if we have children home, remember children getting it too, If we have children home, we jump up, we don't know who blow on us. You understand? We go and we bring all that bullshit home to our kids. Then if your children die, your girlfriend die, or your wife die, or your husband died because of COVID, which you pick up jumping up or going in one of them party, in whether it's a sheep pen or whether it's a dog pen, whatever, doing foolishness. Let me tell you something, To me, everything they teach you in slavery is a way unto death. It's a way unto uselessness. And those are the things that we're supposed to look into, because I'm going to ask this question. What was the benefit of actually going and jump up? Serious. Think about it in a very rational manner, and answer it to yourselves. What was the benefit? What did you achieve? Okay? Individually. When all the jump start beat and everybody go home, what did you achieve? Actually, tell me, what did you achieve? You understand? Let me tell you something, I just thank the Father every day. I just thank the Father every day for putting me on that particular path that I am on. You see, I used to do a lot of drinking. I used to do a lot of pork eating, eating pork and stuff. Plenty liming and partying, and crowding. But you know something? I look at myself in an honest way, and I realize I didn't used to enjoy that. Because at the end of the day, I spend my money, I get drunk, I spend my money, all the crowd, but I'm still lonesome. It's all me alone in the crowd, basically. After that, when you reach home, I'm tired, I'm burned out, I'm weary, I want to rest, and I achieve nothing from that. It's only like a temporary self-gratification that ends with tiredness and weariness. It don't make sense. That exchange is, you don't worry. You don't worry at all. I mean, that was to me. So I am assuming that is how it is for a lot of people. And if you feel that way, drop it. Serious. Drop the thing. It's not making sense. I does not see how these things benefit even our neighbors, our friends, our people, our country and a whole. I just don't see how it actually benefiting the masses. And if it doesn't benefit the masses, then why the country deal with it? You see, everything that happens within our community, on a community level, it's supposed to benefit the whole community. But how it is not benefiting the whole community. Even you take a look at Christmas, what does it benefit you? That when Christmas comes, you spend all your money. Who does it benefit? Tell me who does it. The average people who buy Christmas tree. You hear what I say? They buy the Christmas tree, which is Babylonian, and we should not be dealing with that. But you buy your Christmas tree, you buy all your ham, which is wicked. You're not supposed to deal with that. You buy all these drinks and alcohol and stuff like that. You decorate every time. You do. You go out of your way to do that. Then when the day comes, you're tired because you spend whole 3 days baking cake for that particular day. So by the time you blink, the day done, you stuff yourself with food, you stuff up, you don't got whatever you do, and you're tired. And then the next day come, and then you call that Boxing Day, your mama guy yourself a little bit, then back to work. What did you gain from that? That is what I'm saying. What do you gain from that? If you gain anything tangible from that, tell me. And it is only our people that is not gaining anything from that, because the Indians gain all your money from that. You go in the stores in town and they gain every money. When you starting to cut ham and those kind of things, they come in your money. You understand? So the whole system designed to rob you. Easter is the same thing. When Easter comes about, Easter is all over our community. You buy egg, you buy this, you buy whatever, all kind of rabbit laying egg, you buying stuff for Easter. What did you ever gain from that? When Valentine comes, is the same thing. Fooling yourself and telling yourself that you're in love, you're feeling compassion for a day. Wickedness that is happening on the face of the earth. And you all are caught up in it. You understand? You all are caught up in it. Hence the reason you find that they could drop a vaccine on you. That's the trial run, They could drop a vaccine on you and tell you must take it. I mean, they'll make it part of your life, like how they make Christmas part of your life, and how they make Carnival and Easter and Valentine's and Thanksgiving, everything and like that, part of your life. That is exactly what they would be doing with that vaccine if you're not careful. You must reach a point where you're supposed to stop. You can't be stupid all the days of your life. You understand? You should not be dotish all the days of your life. You understand? You have to wake up at some point and see what is actually happening in your community. We have to drop all this thing. Drop all that. Just seriously, I am telling you. We're supposed to drop all that they gave us into slavery. Just drop it. And I could guarantee you, if you drop it, you will see a new light. You will see a new day. You understand? Don't get all caught up in their foolishness. Information we have to sift out this information and know what is good. You understand? You have to have this kind of mindset, because a lot of corruption happens out here. A lot of wickedness is taking place in high and low places. You understand? No. If you didn't go to Carnival, if you didn't go and jump up, right? Like people from different communities come there and have the thing, you wouldn't have maybe had a, what you might call now, if that is the case, a community outbreak. You may not have to have people making all this check and tracing and everything in the community to know who have this and who don't have this. We wouldn't have had that. You understand? I look at a program recently on the radio and well on Facebook, and one guy asked a guy, the prime minister said something. So what do you think about it? What do you think about what he said? Let me tell you something. When you go to school and they ask you a question, you answer the question. You don't have to be rude. You understand? I don't care what people say. All look up vex if all they want. But you don't have to be rude. And that boy answer a question like, okay, so what do you think about what the prime minister said? And he was like, from since I see the prime minister, I just thinking that he should just call election. Please. That is rude, and that is not making any sense. And when people answer questions like that and they behave like that, then we know definitely we could be in trouble with those people. And that's the truth. Their arrogance is not getting anywhere. And let me just tell you people something. Most people we have in our communities today have this tendency to talk about everything is the youth. Nobody's not saying that we don't have to educate our youth. We don't have to bring up our youths in the right place. But we're not supposed to be using our youths for our own personal gain. We're not supposed to be using our youths, and we're not supposed to be trying to separate the youths from the elders. You see, that is what is happening. Separation is the same concept with COVID. It's the same concept they use in slavery. It's the same concept what they're using right now. Trying to separate the young from the old, or from the, that is what they are doing. That is what is happening. That is the dirty politics that runs out there right now. You understand? You have many different people in this country. You have the young, you have the old, you have the toddlers, you have the babies, you have the teenagers, you have the adolescents, just name it. Everybody's supposed to be walking the same road in accordance to the development and the betterment of our community. But if you just start separating youths, so you separate the youth get separated, the youth feel, well, old people should go. You understand? We'll have a problem. And Allah could never succeed in that manner. Right? But we were talking about the COVID. So as we know, as it is happening right, as it is right now, we will be going in from 9 and coming out at 5. Don't vex. Something have to be done. We can't just let COVID-19 run around wild in the community after 9, and we can't do that. When 9 o'clock, hide yourself in a corner, and then make sure you put on your mask. I'm not going to tell you go and take no vaccination, but put on your mask. Have some respect for the laws of the land. Throw on your mask. You understand? Stand your 6 feet apart. Be a concerned citizen. Be a responsible person. You have that kind of responsibility to yourself instead of going and quarrel and cussing. Humble self a little bit. That is what we're supposed to be doing, because this thing, we don't know where it boxing you from. He could slap you from behind your head. He could slap you from the side of your face. He could just give you an uppercut and knock you out. That is how this thing behaving. You understand? This thing fencing around you like Muhammad Ali. He having scientists busy. When scientists realize they can't make it with it, they have to try something else. They don't blaming the medication, They blaming it. It changing. It become, well, right now it's Delta. You lad. Have mercy. Well, right. Now it's the Delta variant now. So I don't know. They might give you a next variant just now when you start to hit them uppercut again. You understand? So we just have to kind of look at this thing, reason out with ourselves. As one person say, keep yourself strengthened. I guess you drink a lot of water, you eat your fruits, you whatever, you take your sunlight, you exercise, do your thing, what I mean? I mean, people just give little advice. So even if this person give a little advice, okay, well, you exercise, you eat good, everything does come together. You get supplements and stuff. Maybe you get 7 C's, or you throw that there and you're using that. You get some Feral, anything that good, Yeah, so you're getting all those kind of things. You're doing a little sweat head and stuff like that, and you keep yourself moving nice. But just stop cussing, stop quarreling, and creating unnecessary tension in the place. We don't need it right now. Currently what we gotta be doing, we gotta be praying for the people who come down with it. You understand? We gotta pray also for the people who are in quarantine and doesn't know whether they have it or not. We gotta pray that they don't have it too. We gotta pray that the community don't have an outbreak, because that will be very devastating for Grenada. You see? So we gotta pray for that. And then we have to humble ourselves. There is certain things that we have to just put all foolishness aside and just come together and just deal with it, because a case like COVID and stuff, we have to be able to work together. I just cannot, I can't stop telling all you this thing called love. I can't stop telling you about this thing you call unity and working together. That is the only way we will survive in this world, people. That's the only way our people would survive. If you decide to run by yourself, they'll break you, and they'll even use other clown in our society to help break all you. But the thing about it is that we have to unite as one. We have to understand it, and if we can't understand who we are, or where we come from, or what we are doing here, and what we're supposed to be doing while we are here, if we cannot understand these few things, then we are in deep trouble. You understand? Think about it for a moment. We like running around talking about democratic system. We're living in a democracy. That is a failed system. That system don't fail long time. It's time we change that. That is a failed system. It's been tried and it is found wanting. It's a failed system. We know that. It don't work in America. It don't work nowhere else. America and pushing the whole idea of democracy and all this foolishness, and it's not working with them. It's not working with us. As a matter of fact, it never worked for us, because in the first place it was not created for us, so it will never work. You understand? You think about our constitution, our laws that we have currently, that wasn't created for our development. No, that was created to keep us in our place. Watch what we say, what we do, everything. I am not saying that you are to go and rob somebody. I am not saying that you are to kill people, innocent people. No, I'm not saying none of these things. But those kind of laws that we have out here, it was designed to keep us like fools. Typical example. You could cause a police in the US, you could call a police maybe in, I don't know, England. When I say cause, use a certain language, the obscenities you are using, you could do that. They wouldn't lock you up. Why? Because they have the laws, like they make it for white people. So a white person could cuss up a white person and nothing happen. But then they make it in all laws that if a black person is to cuss a white person, then they should lock him up. Slavery. You understand? We have walking around with guns. In America, you could just buy a gun, you could get your license. You understand? Same thing in England too. You could go and get your guns and thing. In certain areas, you bring in your specifics, and you could get your guns and stuff. Here, place like Grenada, if a police see you with a gun, that police will feel you is the worst criminal. He alone should have gone. He feel, there are people who have properties, a lot of properties who the police would respect. You understand? They wouldn't arrest them when they breaking up people place. Them could have gone whatever. Or whosoever. Them could have guns because they have wealth and stuff like that. Right? But then like a normal man, no, you can't have it because here we're going down. You are a slave. You understand? You can't really own a gun. Only master and them should have guns and stuff like that. I say that to say that we have a lot of changing around to do. Plenty. We have a lot to do if we want to experience what we call true freedom. And until we address all those things, we could never be free. Address what? We have to let go the Christmas, let go the Carnival, let go the Easter, let go the Valentine's, all those nasty holidays. This Thanksgiving and well, I think they're having Halloween and all in this place down here too. That's madness, people. That's madness. You know? You think madness is only walking around the road crazy without clothes? With all this information out there and we still not pulling ourselves together. Maybe we singing calypso, we making money, so we go jam with that still. You know? And we don't really care. We don't want to listen. The point I'm making is this. We have to drop it. We have to drop everything and come together, and you will see how we will find ourselves. Well, anyway, be careful with all this COVID and everything. As I said, you wear your mask, do what you have to do, you buy your sanitation, move around. I mean, I have a habit of giving people drop and thing in my vehicle, seriously. And right now, I have to be kind of scared as to who I give job, when I give a job, because you never know. You see? Because I could remember about 3 or 4 years ago, I gave a woman a job in my vehicle, and that time, COVID was around, so you ain't wearing masks and thing. And that woman come in my vehicle, and I drop her up in Grenville. And by the time I reach in Grenville, I was sick as a dog with cold. It take me about a day or two, and then I get over and thing, because she was sick real bad. Just a job. So this thing, it's easy for people to get this kind of corona and thing like that. So the best thing I could say, wear your mask. You understand? Even if you have to wear 2-3 masks, wait. It's your life you're talking about. Wear your mask. And if you're driving and people walking and they stop you and you're frightened to give them job, just go ahead and drive your vehicle. Serious. If you don't have a vehicle and you feel that you don't want to go in people's vehicle, you prefer to walk because they are corona, walk. Serious. If you see bus crowding up and people don't have on mask and you go in front there and you see people without mask, don't go in the bus. I'm telling you, don't go in the bus. Leave it alone. Let the bus go about itself, about the business with the people that are running around without mask. You wear your mask. But once you open that bus there and you see people without mask, just say, partner, go on. You ain't ready to go yet. You understand? And then when you get yourself tired up there, you remember to go and take a test is $400 and something. And most of us working for most of us working for $400 and something. You understand? I'm just telling you. In this country here. I mean, think about it. Somebody working in Indians too, working for $700 a month. When the whole month you have to go and take a PCR test for 400 and change. You're starving for the rest of the month. You see? So those are the things all these things you have to think about and put it in perspective. Be careful. You have a responsibility to yourself. That is what I always say. You have a responsibility for yourself. People have a saying that, so if you don't like yourself, who go like you for you? You have a responsibility to yourself. And if you are responsible to yourself, then you'll be able to be responsible for other people. You know, so that's the whole thing about it. Like I just tell people, you don't go hating people, cursing people and hating people, because I see people who they disgust me at times. Serious, it have people that disgust me, but sometimes when I do so and I hear them, they say something wise. You understand? So when they say something wise, I take notice. I don't sit down and say I hate you. I don't want to hear what you're saying. That is stupid. That is dotish. I know most of you in all your ignorance, when all you hate people, either tell you to just duck. You always stand up and watch them and get a bullet in all your head. You understand? Sometimes it doesn't matter. People look out for you. In all your wicked ways or whatever ways you have, people just look out for you. But sometimes if you're full of hatred, hatred does blind you. Hatred have no sense of reasoning. You understand? So that is why when people, I hear people talking and they're talking with all this hatred and all this malice in their heart towards people, and then I can't really recommend you, you know, seriously. You see? Because I just feel talking without reason. You see, it's like if you have a lot of information don't make you have reasoning. Information don't make you wise. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, so the whole thing about it is that we have to drop the hatred, and we have to let a little love step in our life and thing, and mash up that COVID and thing with we hot sun and we bush tea and everything now, man. Anyway, peace, man. You take care.